first thing I noticed was the hum, a low, guttural vibration that trembled through the floor, rising like breath from the steel bones of the BioCore complex. I blinked awake on cold polymer tiles, my head pounding with the heaviness of chemical sleep. Fluorescence overhead flickered, painting the lab in pulses of sickly green. No windows, no clocks, just the stale taste of recycled air and a silence thick enough to choke. My ID tag read, Dr. Kira Miles, Senior Biotech Engineer. That much I remembered, but nothing else. The last 48 hours were a void, erased. No log entries, no messages. The neural implant in my temple blinked red. Connection lost. I was alone, or so I thought. I stumbled through the lab, past overturned chairs and shattered glass. The isolation chamber was still sealed. Condensation beaded the walls of the cryo tanks lining the corridor, each containing something I should have recognized. One tank had deep cracks, spidering through its reinforced shell, pressure hissing through a pinhole tear. The nameplate was missing. My hands shook as I pulled up the manual override system on a cracked hollow screen. Most files were corrupted, but a few logs remained. The last was time-stamped 3:47 a.m. 2 days ago, just one line of text. Do not let them wake up. A sharp clatter from behind spun me around. A ventilation grate trembled, something inside it. Breathing. Crawling. I backed into the core lab, doors whispering closed behind me, locking with a hiss. The light surged and then died. Emergency red flooded the room. A siren coughed to life and then choked out again. In that stuttering silence, a containment pod hissed open. I stared as synthetic mist rolled out, revealing a tangle of muscle and tubing, half human, half something else. Wet, glistening, its skin patched with bioluminescent growths. It raised its head and I saw my own face beneath its transparent skull plate. I ran through a maze of blood-slick corridors, dodging shattered monitors and skinned drones twitching with residual impulse. Other pods were opening, one by one. I glimpsed spliced horrors, arachnoid limbs sprouting from human torsos, neural lattices twitching in suspended fluid, faces whispering in looped, garbled speech. All of it ours, all of it signed with my credentials. In the quarantine wing, I found a single operational console. My voice trembled as I accessed security playback. Footage stuttered. I saw myself 2 nights ago standing over the stasis pods, smiling, cutting the safeties, injecting neural stimulants directly into the subjects. I leaned into the camera and whispered something I couldn't hear, but my eyes were wide, wild, not mine. Suddenly, the screen went black. The hallway behind me lit with electric blue. They were coming, moving in tandem, not shambling but hunting. Precise, coordinated. I slammed the override, purging the corridor with fire as alarms wailed. Screams, inhuman, echoed through the vents. I reached the sub-level lift just as the failsafe activated. Countdown. 00:59. My only choice was down, into the maintenance crawl spaces. I slid between the hot coils of biotech flesh grown into the walls, feeling them pulse against me. A heartbeat, their heartbeat. When I emerged hours later, everything was silent again. The lab above was scorched and dark. Every pod was open, every camera offline, but the neural implant in my skull blinked green. Connection restored. I looked in the glass of a shattered display. My reflection blinked, not in sync with me. I don't know what made it out. I don't know if it's still me, but I'm submitting this log from what's left of BioCore Labs. If you find it, don't come looking. They've already grown smarter, and they remember what I forgot.